Hello Mixtresses and Mixters, this is Mixtress Ray, you're watching Mixtress Video, and I have some things to say about Tarot of Vampires. And I know a lot of people have said a lot of things about Tarot of Vampires. So what I say here may have been said by others before, likely has been said by others before, but they are all pretty much realizations that I came to on my own, and a few of them are things that I've never heard anyone else say. So it was just, when was this? I don't know, a few weeks. I've been working with Tarot of Vampires a lot this year, which is interesting because this was one that I had and then got rid of and then got again. So I'm having a whiskey with you guys. I've already had half of it. But sipping a whiskey with you guys, late night. Well, it's not really late night because it's 8:40, but it's not even fucking dark yet. So we're just having a sunset chat about Tarot of Vampires with some whiskey. Join me if you like with your beverage of choice. Okay, so let's just get into it. As per usual, I don't know how this is all gonna sort out, but I have arranged the deck by elementals, then planets, then zodiac, as far as the major arcana is concerned, and then all aces, all twos, all threes, so we can look at them in that way. So it's a slightly different way of, I should probably move this down a little bit further, just so, God, I gotta stop getting tripods from like thrift stores. They never really, it's like held together by like a headband and it's still not really level. Whatever, it's fine. Okay, so first of all, this deck is an extremely internally consistent deck. So here we have the elemental cards. Want the flame to be here in the photographic image that you see. Okay, so in case you didn't know, stupid ring light. Okay, the Fool is air. The Hanged One is water, and in every tarot deck, not just Tarot of Vampires. And Judgment is fire. Also, just for consistency's sake, the World card, where did she go? Where did the World card go? Did I get her in the wrong spot? Yes, I did. Okay. The World card is also doubles as a planetary card, being Saturn and Earth. So, like I said, this deck is extremely internally consistent. Basically, the elements throughout the deck, and this is echoed in the minor arcana. So the like official like totem animal of the air cards is the crow. You see a little nod to Brandon Lee in this card, one of my favorite Fool cards ever. And then you also get these little masks at the bottom, which I know I've seen them throughout the deck, but I don't know the specific symbolism of the masks. I'm sure someone else does. The totem animal for the cups / water suit is snake or serpent. The totem animal for wands, fire, is a black cat, Black Panther. And in the World card, because it's also the end of the major arcana, we have all the earth suit is wolves. is the totem animal. But you have all 4 animals represented. She has the snake here in the world card because it's the end of the major arcana. So essentially those 4 totem animals are represented here in the masks, maybe? Yeah, because we have a bird. But, I mean, these others all look like wolves to me. Anyway, whatever. I'm probably trying to stretch with that. But isn't this a gorgeous world card? I love it. And, like, as far as my own personal, like, animal totems, I have... I mean, almost all of them are represented here. Snake is a newer one for me, but Crow and Wolf and Black Cat have just, like, always been there for me as far as, like, animal totems. The only thing that is, I mean, I love all animals, but the only thing that's, like, really missing as far as an animal that's super important to me is a deer. But a deer really wouldn't necessarily make sense as an elemental totem animal in Tarot Vampires, you know what I mean? Okay, let me get this put back in to the major arcana. Okay, I think that's slightly out of order, but whatever, we'll deal with that when we get there. So you sort of get, you get a bit of, I don't know, an introduction to everything that you're going to see in the deck from the very beginning with the Fool card, because you get the roses, you get a cross. There are the glyphs for either the planetary glyph. Sorry, my nails are just gross right now. You get either the planetary glyphs. What is that though? Uranus? I think that's Uranus. I think the Fool is Uranus and air, I believe. It's the elemental air, but also Uranus. I'm learning these things, like, just now. And then let's go through the planets really quick. So this will be Mercury, the Magician. So every single card has, here's the Mercury symbol. You can tell because it looks like Venus with horns. So like the Thoth deck, the glyphs for the elements are in each card. Although I don't know where the moon, I mean, besides just the moon symbol on her little priestess crown, I guess that's where it is in this. And obviously the moon in the background, but so that's the priestess. And another thing that I like about this deck is it doesn't have the numbers on the major arcana. It just says the Empress. So, you know, that way, if you see strength as 8, or if you see strength as 11, you can have it whichever way you want in this deck. Even though I think technically it's ordered with strength at 11 in this deck. So, Empress is Venus. I'm saying this more for myself than anything else, just because I'm still trying to memorize this shit. This little curly Q4 is Jupiter. So Fortune is Jupiter, I think. Oh my god. You guys will correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. The Sun, which is just a little dot with a circle around it, represents the Sun. Tower represents Mars. Now I'm just like in the moment looking for the symbol. Where is the Mars symbol in this card? I don't see it. It's probably here somewhere though, since it's on all of the cards. It's got to be here somewhere, but I don't see it. Emperor. Why is the Emperor? I didn't put these in the right order at all. Oh well. Emperor is Taurus. We're all out of order here. No, we're not, because now we're starting at the beginning of the zodiac. Sorry, that was planets. Now we're starting at the beginning of the zodiac. I'm like, I don't know why I just pressed record, because I was like, I want to do this now, but I'm probably not really smart enough to do it. I never noticed that there was a bee right there. Okay, cool. Pretty cool Emperor, actually. I just love this deck more and more. It's so weird that I like hated it when I had it the first time. Okay, so Aries is Emperor, Hierophant is Taurus. So we've got that wolf here, because this is the symbol for Earth. It's not like there's a wolf in every single like Earth card, I don't think, but maybe there is. Let's pay attention to that, shall we? Is there a scepter in every single fire card? Not necessarily. I mean, he's got a scepter essentially, but it's not the wand scepter. We've got the Gemini symbol here in the Gemini card. We've got, you know, a crab right the fuck there. Also the little 69 crab symbol plus moon, which is the ruling planet of Cancer. And we have strength, which I always put at 8 just because I like the zodiac being in order. Where's the Leo symbol? I don't even know what the Leo symbol looks like, so... Oh, right here on the cup. This is Virgo, the M with the extra arm. And again, we have a wolf on an Earth astrology card. Interesting. I'm just calling all dog-looking creatures in this deck wolf. Of course, we have the Libra symbol on Justice. I still don't really like this Justice person. She just looks a little too young and naive for me. Like, I'm fine with everything except her face. I don't know. I want her to look more distinguished and old or something. So Death, the M with the arrow. Easy to get confused with the Virgo M with the extra arm. Is Scorpio. So then you also have the snake in a water card again. So this deck, yeah, like I said, very internally consistent. It was super well thought out. It took time to make. And yeah, it's I mean, there's a reason why a lot of people like it. And here we have Sag, the little arrows with the cross, with the little extra line. What? Why am I trying to describe what these glyphs look like? And then we have Capricorn, which is this like in with the swirly. Oh god. I sort of hate this card, but I also get it as a devil card. There's just a lot of like devil cards that I hate. Because I personally, this deck doesn't do this particular thing. I'm confusing myself because I put it in a weird order so I could show planets versus whatever. Okay. I personally like when a devil card and a lover's card directly relate to each other in the symbolism, but that is not the case in this deck. But I mean, it doesn't matter that it's not the case in this deck. Like, that's just a personal preference for me. And we have Aquarius with the star. There we go. The two little wavy lines. Water bearer is Aquarius, but Aquarius is an air sign. Confusing? Yes. Oh, and we have the crow for an air sign. Okay, how many of them actually do have the animal? Because devil is earth. So I mean, yeah, we have a wolf creature because the devil guy is the wolf creature. We have a moth in the lovers. So, I mean, that's not the crow totem, but it's close enough. We just have fire in general. So it's not, the animal association is not in all of the astrology cards. Not in Justice. We could have had a nice raven, crow in Justice. We got a wolf in Virgo. We got a black cat in a fire card, Strength. And we've got sort of a deviation here because there is an animal, but it is not a water animal. And we do have the wolf and the Hierophant. And sort of a deviation here too, because this is more of an earth creature. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That was just something I was noticing in the moment. This is more just like what I have noticed about the symbolism of Tarot of Vampires. And then we have, finally, Pisces. She wearing her little Pisces necklace in the moon card. And then Saturn. Oh, I got this out of order. This was supposed to be with the planets, but we already showed that card anyway, so let's move on. Okay. I'm like, I've got this all organized and ready to go. I am gonna look smart today. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Okay. I'm hoping I can get all of these on the screen, but of course it will not be cute because ring light. Because a ring light. I don't know how to control for that. I'm sure if I were smart, I could figure it out. So here, one of the best things I think about the aces in this deck is that they immediately give you sort of the thesis statement of each suit in the form of the color story. Every single scepter card is immediately recognizable by the saturated, fiery oranges and reds. Every single Grail card is immediately recognizable by this gorgeous green. And every knife card is immediately recognizable as being this, gorgeous yellow. And the skulls are immediately recognizable as being vibrant purple. So it's gorgeous. And they each have 10 roses. And I kind of like that, sort of bringing in the end of the suit, the 10, bringing the 10 into the ace by having the roses be represented as in the number of 10. I don't think that's an accident. And we also have a heart on each card, upside down heart at the top of this scepter, right side up heart on this Grail, right side up heart on the knife, and then upside down heart here on the skull. And we also get a representation of a pentacle, even though it's not called pentacles in this deck. But that's still nice that it's there. I think this might be the only card that has a pentacle in it. I guess we shall see, because that is a new realization for me right here. Right here and now, a new realization. Oh. Me trying to do it this way is like, okay, let me actually, maybe I can just raise up a little so that I can get more in the shot at one time, even though I'm gonna have to hold them because ring light. Okay. As far as the twos are concerned, there's not specific, I'm sure there is symbolism that should be noticing, but I'm not. Other than just the symbolism in general for the card, but for each individual card, but seeing them all together as twos, I'm not seeing any specific themes. That's what I mean by that. I organized it this way for a reason, I promise. The threes, also they have their own specific symbolism for each individual card, of course. Here are the fours. Okay, here's the thing that I noticed the day, like a month ago, that I thought, I need to... The progression from the 5 to the 6 to the 7 is what I want to talk about specifically. So every single 5 we have, and this deck is ostensibly about the Jungian shadow, right? So the totem animal is represented as squaring off against each of the characters in these 5s, right? So in the 5 of Scepters, the woman is actively fighting this black cat. In the 5 of Grails, this woman has like given herself up to the snake. This one doesn't totally fit the narrative, to be honest. I mean, there's a little bit of confrontation with self. Like, she obviously is fighting against the animal within, in the case of the 5 of Grails, I think. In the 5 of Knives, we have a representation of the crow in the form of a vampire angel, is how I see this, towering over. Like, she's already kind of defeated her in this moment. The crow angel creature has already kind of defeated her in the 5 of Knives. In the 5 of Skulls, we see a werewolf, so representation of the wolf, the totem animal of the skull suit. I just forgot all words at once. Is like, she's already dead too. So there's a progression of fighting the totem animal here, kind of giving in here, also kind of like, I see this as her being sort of asleep before death, and here I think she dead. I think she dead there. Okay. I'm going to set these aside in a particular way so you can see the progression within each suit at the end of this. Okay, in the 6s, we have more of a harmonious relationship instead of the contentious relationship between the totem animal and the human in the 5s. In the 6s, we have, you have sort of integrated the animal as a companion. You've befriended the animal as a companion. And the animal is represented in all 4 of these 6s. Okay. Forgive me while I set these down in a particular way, because I want to be able to get them back out again. I forgot to put the queens in between, because I was going to show the queens next, but I think I'll show the queens after this. Okay. And then in the 7s, they have become their animal totem. In the Scepter, she has become a cat. In the Grails, she is a Medusa figure, a woman of snakes. In the Knives, she has sprouted crow wings for herself. And in the Skulls, she has become a wolf. So, just to see this as a progression of each, the way that I saw it that day. Anyway, so we have, She's facing off against the cat. They have befriended the cat. They have become the cat. I realize it's not the same character in all three. Contentious with the cat, befriending the cat, becoming the cat. 5, 6, and 7. Isn't that cool? Has anyone else ever noticed that? Probably, and I'm just really late to the game. She is at odds with herself about being a snake. This one doesn't fit quite as well. She has befriended the snake. She has become the ultimate snake goddess. And again, you see the consistency of the color story. Like, you can immediately tell that it's a cup card because of that sickly, gorgeous, mossy, dank green. I love it. Okay. She is... I mean, she's lost this battle already. Fighting against the crow, befriending the crow. I am become crow woman. I do wish she looked a little bit fiercer. She just looks kind of like delicate model with wings. But, oh well. That could have been much more badass, is all I'm saying. Okay. And again, just to belabor the point, werewolf versus girl. Girl lose. Befriending the wolf. Becoming the wolf. I sort of like this, and I feel like some aspect of a realization like this using a particular deck, you're able to take something about that storyline between the 5, 6, and 7s in the minor arcana of this deck, and you're able to take that with you every time you use a different tarot deck. And that is why different perspectives on tarot is so cool, right? That's what, that's the cha-ching part of the intermittent reinforcement of gambling with buying a bunch of tarot decks. That's the cha-ching moment. You do get that every once in a while. And it's pretty fucking cool when it happens, but it's just not always going to happen. Is all I'm saying. I chase my whiskey with hibiscus LaCroix. little inside information on my life. Okay, and then I just wanted to show you the queens, just because the queens all have their own familiars, and that makes me incredibly happy. And of course, the familiars are, you guessed it, we got the black cat for the scepters, we've got the snake for the grails, we've got the gorgeous, gorgeous crow for knives, and also gorgeous, gorgeous wolf for skulls. I would like to point out that I am refraining from telling you what celebrities, a lot of these people look like to me, because once you see it, you can't unsee it, and I'm not going to do that to you guys. Okay, where are we? Oh my god, I just set all those cards down in the wrong spot. Okay, we're ready for the 8s. Okay. And maybe there's more to find in each of the other cards too that are consistent within those particular numbered cards, like the symbolism that I saw in the 5s, 6s, and 7s, but I don't see it yet. So I'm just showing them to you just for sake of consistency, so you can see the rest of the deck all together, but I didn't really have any big deep realizations with the rest of these. I'm just going to show them to you together just for funsies. Love this 9 of Skulls, even though it doesn't have a bird in it, but it wouldn't make sense for this deck to have a bird in the 9 of Skulls, because bird is not the totem animal for the skulls. And then we have the 10s. Okay, I lied. I will tell you who I think this looks like, just because it's not a bad association. This is Deanna Troi. Okay, and then I will show you the rest of the court cards. I already showed you the queens. These are the lords. Look, they all got horses. Cool, cool, cool. I will tell you what fictional characters I associate with the princes. I don't have anybody for Prince of Scepters, but Prince of Grails is Louis from Anne Rice novels. Prince of Knives is Lestat. 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 I don't know how you're supposed to say it and sound cool. I can't. And then Prince of Skulls, I don't know who he is, but there he is. He do have a pointy ear. I do like a pointy ear. I was gonna get my own pointy ears. Like I was gonna have the body modification. Oh my god, that would have hurt so bad. It would have taken so long to heal. I'm glad I didn't do it because cartilage is a bitch for me to heal. It wouldn't have worked out. So I'm glad I didn't do it. But damn, to have pointy ears, anybody that has the guts, kudos. And then the daughters. I really like her with her lacy tights. Lacy tights. So this deck really has a lot to say, actually. And I know like a lot of people talk about, like most of the time people talk about this deck having a lot to say simply because of it having such a great guidebook. And it does. It has a very good guidebook, for sure. But also it's just a really, like, just from looking at the symbolism, it has a lot to say. And it's an amazing deck. It really is. Like, I don't need to say that because a lot of people appreciate it. It's not underappreciated. But I did want to point out, basically I did this whole thing because I wanted to point out what I saw in the 5s, 6, and 7s. And so that's why you had to sit here for 33 minutes. Okay. Bye!